You know, we're not about who takes shots. I mean, that's all. Somebody else could talk about that. I mean, how many minutes did he play? 47 minutes? I thought he needed to be on the floor and just not scoring. I mean, that's about somebody else. And I am not. Chris Webber was the reason we're here, the reason we could have won the series, and that's all I'll say about that.
Rick, when you look back on this season, it was obviously the most successful in Sacramento history. Is it hard at this point to look back and have pride in that, or what did you tell the guys about looking back on the season?
No, I think we accomplished so much, and like I told them, I saw as a team how much we grew during these playoffs. I saw individuals grow. You know, I mean, that's what you want to see out of your team and your players. And I mean, we had so many guys grow up during this time frame, and you know, we're not going away. I guarantee that we're not going away.
Coach, the Kings forced the overtime. It seemed like they had the confidence going into it. How did it right?
Oh.
How did it unravel exactly? What caused it? Was it the 6 foul calls to your none?
That probably has something to do with it. You know, it's a pretty good number. Of course, we did have to foul them a few times, but you know, it happens. I mean, they made plays, and you know, I don't know what to say. I mean, they outscored us 12-6, and you figure it out. I don't know.
Coach, at any point during the game, did you talk to the guys about the missed free throws?
You don't need to talk to people about that. They all know we were missing free throws. You know, it was a lot of different people. That was the biggest problem we had. But you know, you're still right there. You're still there, and you know, that's something I'm sure we're all going to look back on and say, if only we would have done that. But it didn't happen. They made theirs, we missed ours, and they're moving on.
Coach, in the course of this entire series, can you look back and see, can you point to one thing or two things or a number of things that was really the difference between yourselves and the Lakers? I mean, since you said experience was not really an issue, what do you think was?
You want to get me in trouble here? I think it's pretty obviously what happened in Game 6. I mean, that's all I have to say. It was very obvious what happened, and you know, the game changed the way it was officiated the last 2 games. It's as simple as that. I mean, Shaq gets in foul trouble last 2. He doesn't come close to it. I mean, the rules are different, and you just got to accept it and move on. There's nothing you can do about it. Like Pete Krill says, you can't fight City Hall. All you can do is try to win, and our guys tried to win. But you know, I said that, but give them credit. I mean, I give Shaq tremendous credit. I mean, that guy in the last 3-4 games knocked down free throws one after the other. They made plays. I mean, you know, you can only do in their shoes what the officials allow you to do, and they took advantage of that, and we didn't, because we got the line, we didn't take advantage of it. So it's, you know, it's kind of like, I guess I'm a little ticked off, but I also understand we should have done a better job, and they did a good job. So.
Coach, you mentioned the free throws by Shaq. That was going to be my question, but did his performance surprise you at the free throw line?
Yes. I mean, he hasn't been that consistent, and he was consistent especially the last 2 games. He was terrific. I think he only had one bad game, if I recall. But, you know, when he's in there, I mean, he's making free throws. We've got a serious problem because he's gonna score. If you foul him and he makes those, now you're getting your guys in foul trouble and you're in trouble. So I give him all the credit for stepping up like he did.
Coach, you said that you saw a lot of growth in your team in this series, but it also sounds like you think that you guys were already there. Is that accurate to say?
Already where?
Well, you said there's a lot of growth. It sounds like you think that you're already there, already good enough, quality enough to win this series.
You don't think we are?
No, I'm saying you sound.
Well, you're certainly right. You don't think we have enough quality to win this series or could have won it? There's something wrong. I mean, this team played this team right down to the wire, and anybody could have won this series. They end up doing it, but you want to say they're a better team, you say it, but I'm not.
That's all. Thank you.
Well, Rick Adelman was trying to take a second team to the NBA Finals. Of course, he took Portland Trailblazers back in the early 90s, and so now we'll see how things go now with Phil Jackson as he's headed back to the NBA Finals for the 9th time as a head coach, just the 2 behind his nemesis, Red Auerbach. He's 8-0 in his previous 8 trips to the title series. Phil will try to match Red's 9 coaching titles when the Lakers take on the Nets in this year's final. Of course, that begins Wednesday night at the Staples Center. Of course, we will have post-game press conferences after all of those, as we do now. After Game 7, here's Shaquille O'Neal as his Lakers move on.
After that most grueling end of the series you guys have had in this 3 years?
I would say it was very grueling, very, very competitive. It's a well-played game today. Pressure was on them. My guys was pretty loose. We just came out and played hard. Still made some mistakes, but you know, we know what it takes to win, and we didn't make too many mistakes down the stretch. Took high percentage shots, hit the shots, step up to the line, hit the free throws, and just play well.
Shaq, you shot well from the free throw line all series. How much satisfaction do you take in that, and were you surprised that they didn't shoot that well?
Well, I've been saying for the last couple of years now, ever since I met Phil, that when I need to hit him, I hit him. I don't really worry about my percentages. I just try to hit him, especially in the third and fourth quarter. And I was missing chippies in the lane, so I don't like to miss chippies and miss free throws at the same time. So even though I was missing chippies, I was saying to myself the whole game, I just got to concentrate at the line.
Shaq, what was the difference about this series than in previous years that made this a 7-game series so tough? Are the Kings the best team you've played during this run from your vantage point?
They play at a very high energy. They've played well all season. They just felt it was their time. Throughout the history of the game, in order for it to be your time, you have to go through a team. And they played us well all season. They played us well all playoffs, and they just felt it was their time. But it's not their time.
Shaq, after everything that happened in the first 6 games with all talk officiating, what is your assessment on how things were called today?
I made the comment the other day, I've been in the league 10 years and only complained 6 times. So you guys won't hear another complaint from me for a couple years. But, it was a hard-fought game. It's a well-fought game, and pressure was on them, and we just wanted to come in here tonight. We play well on the road. We realize that in any hostile arena, we're going to pull close together, and we're going to have to do everything right. And this is a fun place to play.
Shaq, can you talk about, for you, how the thrill of winning this series, because it was such a grueling series, and I asked you a couple days ago what it would mean if you were able to come back and win 2 games. What does this say about the Laker team, this Laker team, that's been able to come back after falling behind?
It says that we never give up. And we've been through so much my years as a Laker. We've been through, in the first round, getting swept, guys saying Cancun, Kobe shooting air balls, Dennis fucking Rodman, Kurt, Dale Harris. So, we've been through too much to, let it slip away. And ever since we met Phil, he taught us that new focus and taught us how to, become champions. And that's what we've been doing these last couple of years. So that's what I told the guys the other day. I said, listen, man, we've been through way too much. And we stepped up these last 2 games.
Shaq, at the end there, Corey walked over to you after he made his 2 free throws and sort of laid his head in your chest. Was he that tired, and does that show how far you guys have come together as players and also as a team?
Yes, he was very tired, and I'm Kobe's big brother. And you guys thought we had problems, but when you're a family, you never really have problems. One just has to show the other, and I just wanted to show him. And you all thought we had tussles, but we had agreements and this and that. And then last year he came into his own, and then once your little brother comes into his own, then you say, okay, if you take your little brother outside and he keeps getting beat up, you got to fight for him. But if you see him fighting for himself, then you can say, okay, you can go outside by yourself. You go outside by yourself. I'm not going outside by myself. So I just wanted to show him. And now that he's on his own, he knows what it takes. We all know what it takes, and we have a real close knit.
Shaq, over to your right.
One last question after this.
Over to your right, Shaq. It looks like, to your right.
Oh, to the right.
To look at you now, you look content, but not overjoyed. Like order has been restored. Can you think back to a few days ago, maybe, at some point, the Kings brought you to a point where you were not thinking about giving up, but at least wondering, Was there some doubt associated with this series?
There was never any doubt. World is too short for me to have doubt. I got too many other things to focus on rather than focus on doubt. I got 4 children. I got crazy friends. I got a nice job. I got a law enforcement career ahead of me. So it was, we never had doubt. I just pulled the guys together and said, listen, man, we got 6 games to get a ring, or we mess around 1 game, then we're going to go home. We go back too far, so let's just take care of these 2, and then we could focus on these next 4 games. And I look forward to going back home to Jersey.
Go back to Kobe for a second. Do you think there's ever been a team that's had 2 players on a level with the 2 of you?
I can't answer that question because I didn't have a TV growing up, and I didn't know how to read growing up, so. No.
All right, let's go from Sacramento to San Francisco. Barry Bonds has tied Frank Ross.
Mike, Martin McNeil, Sacramento Bee. You talk about having an opportunity to close it out. Where do you think you did, and why weren't y'all able to get over the hump?
I don't really know. We had a few chances, end the games to do it, and we had a chance today. We had a chance in LA, but I still think we played great.
Questions?
Go ahead, Martin.
At times it seemed like you were the only one that really wanted to shoot the ball. Did it feel like that to you? That put any more pressure on you?
I dished a few times, and the shots didn't go down, but that happens sometimes. And they were shooting the ball, it just didn't go in. And there's some shots that I missed that I thought were easy too. And it was still there for us to win at the end. We just didn't do it.
Mike, when you look at the way this game in particular came down, there was a point in the third quarter where you opened up a nice lead and things I think went up to 9, and then guys started rushing a little bit. Did you get a sense that maybe it just was, how difficult did they make it to close them out? What is it about them that makes them special?
I think we made it tougher than we had to. There was, like you said, we were up 9, and we were rushing some things, but we were anxious, I think, to get it over. We thought we had it then, and they went on a whatever the old run and came right back in it. So the game's never over till it's over.
Mike, having to go through this experience, how much hungrier do you think it will make you guys for next season?
I think we'll definitely be hungrier than we were this year, and it's my first chance playing in a situation like this, and I thank all my teammates, for letting me see it for the first time. And like I said, there's gonna be a lot of this for many years to come.
Thank you. Chris Webber's up next. Great job, Mike.
Troy. Weber coming out to the podium. There you see him. Take you back out live to Sacramento again. Lakers beat the Kings 4-3 to move on to the NBA Finals. Take out the New Jersey Nets. Let's listen in live.
Can you sum up where you're at right now in terms of trying to get over what you just went through?
I just think that we had a great year, and it's sad it had to end this way, but we're a team, and we're a rather young team, and I believe we'll be back here in these latter stages of the playoffs in the future.
Chris, at what point today did you feel at all that you guys had some control of this game, and that it was there for you to win, and how did it slip away?
Well, it was. I don't think anybody was in control of the game, the whole game. I think we got a 6 or 7 point lead, but you're not in control with that lead in the NBA. So Just felt like we were in a good game. I don't think either team had control. We just felt like we were just fighting back and like two boxers giving each other good rounds and just trying to stay in it for the latter part of the game, and we did that. Just didn't get the win.
Chris, you seem to be concentrating on your passing, especially in the second half. Is that by design or by necessity?
Well, I think a few things happened. I think our big guys got in foul trouble. I started to check Shaquille, and when he checks me, I'm not going to post up. I'm going to use my quickness and try to get other guys involved and try to make that match a mismatch for his side, make him move his feet and get guys shots, and that worked, but obviously it didn't work enough.
Hey, Chris, when your mom and dad were coming into the arena tonight, your dad hit me up with some candy, and your mom told me just in case things work out that she wants you to know she loves you.
Hey, Chris, the fact that it was such a close game, you guys struggled at the line. Do you think that you guys lost it at the line?
We lost the series at the line?
Tonight's game.
No.
Chris, throughout the series, and before the series and during the series, a lot of talk went back and forth between these two teams. But to us, it seemed like respect was growing, at least from the Lakers side, toward the Kings. Have the Kings also grown to respect the Lakers? Can you talk about the Lakers in this series?
The Lakers are the champions, and they're the best team until somebody beats them and takes it away from them. And you have to just do it decisively. You can't be close. They're the best. They still had a ring, so they accomplished what they wanted. That's all I got to say about them.
Chris, when you look back on this season, obviously this series is what's freshest in your mind, but look at it and talk about how every player on this team grew. Do you look at it that way? Can you look at it this way, or do you wait until the middle of the summer and start thinking along those lines?
I mean, yeah, positives are going to come out of it. Flowers grow out of manure, so you know that anything comes out of anything. You just got to keep playing and stay positive and try to not think about everything. Just think about how you played and how two teams played, and just be proud of your effort. And that's what I am. I'm proud of our effort because I know the Kings came to play, and I know the Kings show deserve this series. So that's what's keeping positive thoughts in my head. I know the deal.
Chris, along those same lines, yesterday you were talking about how this series has been so good for the sport, the game. Can you kind of separate yourself from the disappointment and feel as if you've been part of one of the great series in league history?
If we would have won it, I think it would have been one of the greatest series. It definitely was entertaining. And like I said, for the young kids, it definitely had a lot of drama that they'll remember all their lives. Like a series in the past for me that I just remember screaming and running around the house. So I know for the kids, half of it was good because they got to see good basketball played.
Chris, ESPN Radio. I know in the past you talked a lot about respect and this and that. Do you feel now that you've gained respect not only from the local media but from the national media abroad and from everybody? Do you feel that?
Respect. I don't know if we got it or if we didn't. I don't think so, looking at the series. But I think that you got to come back and play next year and just keep playing. That's not something I'm ever going to be concerned with again in my life.
2 more questions?
Chris, Mike Tribbles.
Chris Webber's coming.
I just told him what a
Yet another pair of
great
shades.
player he is. And, it's rare, especially nowadays, to find players who want to step up and take the big shot and play big down the stretch. And, I'm very happy for him. We've known each other since we were in high school. And even when we were babies and didn't know each other. And if we could dribble the ball when we were babies, I'm sure we would have went at each other then. But I'm very happy for him to see him playing so well.
Kobe, can I ask you, we talked a couple days ago about what this would mean for Lakers were able to come back. what does it say about the Lakers? You have done it now. What does this say about the Lakers and how great a team you feel this team is when you come back after falling behind?
It shows our character. You know, the ability to fight through adversity. You know, what impressed me the most is when we were down 3-2 and we had practice the next day, nobody was hanging their heads. Nobody. You know, everybody was excited about the challenge. You know, you would have thought we had a 3-2 lead. Everybody was looking forward to the next game and coming up here and getting Game 7. And that's what impressed me the most.
And can I also ask you a follow-up? As far as your attempt now to win, to go for the to win 3 in a row, what would that mean and where would that place this team as far as great NBA teams? And is that something that you want the Lakers to be remembered for, as being one of the elite teams?
I think ultimately that's what everybody will want. You know, speaking of our franchise, you know, but for us, we can't think of it on that grand scale. We just have to take it one game at a time and, you know, just go from there.
Kobe, in the end, you were being held up by Shaquille, and Q comes over and shakes your hand. What does that say about the three of you, since we all look at you guys as leaders? But what was going on with that moment at that time?
Just enjoying the moment. You know, I was dead tired, so I wanted to lean up against a wall. So I leaned up against Shaquille, and, you know, us three were just kind of enjoying the moment. It wasn't much said. We just kind of looked at each other and just smiled because we knew we just went through a war.
Kobe, you guys have done this many different ways to get here in sweeps and up and down series, whatever. How does this one feel? Where does it rank? I mean, overtime of a Game 7 hasn't even ever happened before in the conference finals.
This is a great feeling because we were able to fight back. And the Kings, they were playing excellent basketball. I mean, they were playing better basketball than we were. And yet we managed to hang in there and keep on fighting and somehow found a way to win the series. I think that shows a lot about our character because Sacramento, I mean, they were playing extremely well.
Best team you faced?
Excuse me?
Best team you faced in this class?
I'd say so.
Did this force you to learn anything about yourselves? You guys hadn't had to do it this way since that haven't went on the road.
I think it was a gut check. You know, we went 7 games in 5 games a couple years ago against Sacramento and Portland, but never really with this core group. You know, last year we just kind of swept through the playoffs, and to be tested like this right here, right now, and to respond the way we have, it gives us a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence in each other.
Did you pull Bibby to keep him with you for the encore interview afterward?
No, I just went to him and said, "What's up?" That was just, you know, Jim Gray hunting us down like dogs.
Talk about the Montana jersey. Did you save this for Game 7? Did you know this was coming up, or any particular significance?
Yeah, I have about 1,000 jerseys at the house, and I just pull them out every once in a while. No, I'm just playing. No, I just like Joe Montana. I think he's a great player. You know, he's the type of player where even though they were down 2-3 touchdowns, they still believe that they can win. And I think that's the message I wanted to send to my teammates by putting on the Joe Montana jersey. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's come in here and let's win, because we can do it.
Coach, what do you remember about the 2 games against Jersey this year, particularly in regard to Jason Kidd?
I don't know. I only played one of them.
You only played one?
Only played one, but the one in Jersey, we were down about 20 at halftime and managed to fight all the way back in the second half. And I had a good look on the on an intentionally missed free throw to tie the game up. Didn't go down for us, and we lost the ball game. In the first game, Shaquille just dominated the paint. You know, we're going to look for him to do more of that the entire series.
Kobe, everyone was talking about how the Kings are deeper and they have their role players are better, but in the end, it turned out to be your role players that ended up stepping up with Fox, with Fisher, with Horry. You talked about that and how satisfying that must have been.
It felt great. It felt great. You know, Chris Webber and I, we're good friends. And we talked during the All-Star game about the series. You know, if we faced each other in the playoffs. And he talked about his team and how deep they were. And the one thing I told him about my teammates is that they don't budge. You know, meaning that no matter what goes against them, they're not going to fade away. They're still going to be there. They're going to keep on fighting. Now, they might not be as talented as some of the players that you have on your team, but they're not going back down from anybody. They're going to be there at the end of the ball game.
Kobe, Mark Billy's Lasaki, come back here. Going into the overtime period,
how did you feel confident? Did you feel like you should close them out? Tell us how you approached it, how your team approached it going into the final 5 minutes.
And, you know, we're here. We have 5 minutes to go. And, you know, we came too far to give up right now. So, C-Web came out, hit a big shot to start the overtime. They took the momentum right off the bat. And we just kept on plugging away at it. And eventually the momentum shifted into our favor, and we were able to take control of the game.
Last question,
Kobe, did you think you had it won on the tip on Shaq's shot right at the end of regulation and you were ready there?
Yeah, well, I had to get Christy from being underneath my jersey. Because he grabbed me the whole play. And I thought I had it, you know, with these big hands that I had. I thought I was going to be able to tip the ball in the basket, and it didn't go. It went left. And Robert had a nice look at it. Didn't go, so we were forced to play overtime.
So Shaq and Kobe continue to carry the Lakers, both scoring at least 30 points for the second straight game. They accounted for more than half the Lakers' points in each of the last 4